anxiety about climate change.
Call us Generation Z, the last letter of the alphabet, because we are going to be the last generation to survive.
My conscience couldn't handle the idea of bringing someone into a dying world.
I'm angry because this planet is dying and the president of the biggest country in the world refuses to acknowledge that.
And I'm sick of the future that they put on us.
I am here for the people who are suffering and dying because of our country's decision.
People are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing.
Our oceans are choking with trash, and the sixth mass extinction is well underway.
We do not have time to be polite. This is a revolution.
It doesn't matter how much we're taxed if we don't have an earth to live on.
We need to do more instead of having a corrupt president who won't acknowledge that the earth is literally dying.
This is environmental racism, and we must acknowledge the issue.
We need to listen to our children because they totally get it.
Because every day of inaction drives more action.
I don't like to cover stories like this because this is a child. And it's a child that's been abused and bred for a mission. And it's ridiculous. It's also ridiculous that anybody in any part of the world at all is taking the lead from a 16-year-old that's been rehearsed. It's absolutely frightening. And what you have with the left is they don't care about children ever. They use them. They use them for everything. Now, she's been very mouthy, but I want you to see this picture of her because this was her profile picture until she got caught looking happy and on a very expensive boat, and opposite of her little sulky climate change prop. And she's such a fraud. And so I'm the one that said, gee, what in the hell's going on with your picture? You don't look like the sulky little witch that you were at climate change. So she had to remove her picture and put up a new sullen photo in her little fake pigtails to match the aura that the image that people put out for someone like her so that she can gather empathy and look like, Little Miss Homebody or whatever. And, she's a total fraud. But look what I want to tell you happens when we allow this type of thing to happen. A 14-year-old from Manchester, UK, commits suicide because of climate change. And this happens with a lot of these people. They put on so much pressure. And there's so many things that they can do to scare children and scare your mind that it's too much for a little body. And they don't even give warning like, I can't take it anymore. I'm not going to do it. They just end up in their own time, in their own stress, in their own whatever, not even letting people know that they're freaking out and flipping out. You don't even know how to look for help when you're 14 because you're not prepped and bred. You're trying to be 14 where you just run to your little friends and, ask them. And when you don't get answers and you're petrified and somebody's done a lot of brainwashing on you and scaring you, you don't know how to fit it into your life. So this is devastating and shocking. And of course, it wasn't front news. It wasn't an apology. It wasn't, let's tone this down and help kids handle this. It's nothing. The only place I saw this story was here. Now, here's a psychologist inside Australian, and he said he's worried about the mental wealth of being entitled about this poster child. And again, her parents have abused her. She has a mental condition because you don't act that way and you don't do what you do when you're a normal child. But everybody, as I told people when I saw her little face and speech, there's $100,000 award for her. So her parents who abused her, prepped her for who she is and called her an activist, she gets a prize of $100,000 from the Right Livelihood Award, which is also called the Alternative Nobel Prize. And it was given to her for this performance. So it's 1 million KRONOR, which is $103,000. And what happens is you have idiotic people and people on Facebook pushing a lie and trying to have everybody look at little Miss Hansel and Gretel here and believe the crap when it's already cost someone one life because somebody just couldn't handle the pressure of what they think is going to happen to their world. And when you're 14, if you think you're not even going to live to be 20 and 25, it's too much for your brain because you were just born and you start having all your dreams and you realize your dreams can't happen because you're going to die because we're not able to fix things. And when you're 12 and 14 and you want to fix one angle of it, because this is how you think when you're little, you think, well, I'll stop polluting, but then you walk around and everyone else is polluting, so you lose your mind because you think, I can't fix this. If you're stopping straws but you see 100 people with straws, you think, I can't win and I can't fix this, so I don't know how to live. And this is real, and this is frightening. And of course, nobody is going to be taking responsibility for it because they need to use someone like her with her little accent and her well-rehearsed acting in order to try to prove to everybody that there's something real going on when it's been a lie for all this time. And there's a payday at the end of it. And there's even people in Hollywood, horrible actors and actresses, Hedogate, Hollywood, climate change, because the scam, the money, the trafficking, and abusing children is all linked into the same thing. So it's incredibly, incredibly scary. And again, shame on the parents. But there are parents, we've just watched them sell their children to traffic them into the United States for citizenship. You will have other parents traffic their children in Hollywood so they have a payday out of their cute baby. And you are now watching a payday for parents that pimp out their child to lie to the country and the world about the world ending.
I don't want you to be hopeful. I want you to panic.
We have been polluting the earth for years, and we might actually die in a few years.
Our world is already in flames. It's getting hotter. We can't breathe.
We are here because our parents trashed the planet, and it's up to our generation to save